Towards the end of episode 2, George would hint about the existence of the lava planet, which I had heard about when I was a kid, but always knew that we'd be ending up on this lava world. Of course, that's where the biggest, baddest lightsaber fight of the entire 6 movies takes place, when Obi-Wan has to fight Anakin finally. The savagery and crazed, extravagance of the environment kind of equals the storytelling about what's going on at that point.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
The process started with taking a walk around the ranch, daydreaming and saying, oh my gosh, we're here, taking a trip over to the archives and just getting inspired to follow the Joe Johnsons and the Ralph McQuarries of the world.
Kind of above the Golden Gate Bridge, in that type of rock, I took photos of the sort of twisted shale sedimentary rock. Might get some ideas.
The Mustafar stuff was approached the same way we approached all the stuff on Star Wars, where we would read a little bit of the script before George actually came up and talked to us about it. We'd have a bunch of ideas kind of floating around our head, and he liked to just let us kind of go for it a little bit. So he would say something very obscure and very minimal, like lava planet.
What does the planet do? I figured out what Mustafar is.
That's the jumping up point. Okay, is this a technological lava planet and they're controlling the lava, or is it a complete wild, primordial kind of a place? And ultimately ended up being kind of a blend of those two things, but we explored each kind of extreme.
This lava could all be liquid gold, liquid obsidian, liquid unobtainium, whatever.
It's a Star Wars movie. We wanted to kind of take all that inspiration, turn it on its side a little, not go right for every volcanic reference. I kind of look from other ways around, like dams, hydroelectricity. There's a lot of mega structure engineering with very heavy, it couldn't even be concrete, but steel or some kind of unknown material that built by a very technologically savvy world to control the lava.
It's built on a volcano, and they're using the energy of the volcano or the minerals of the volcano or something like that to do whatever they're doing there.
Early on, we were specifically told by George, do not filter anything because you think it'd be too hard to do. We were really told flat out to press up against what was technologically achievable.
That's starting to look good. This is good. Not quite sure about that. That may be too much.
He did want clear and iconic shapes. Everything had to read as very distinct.
This gets into the toast factor, but it's a good toast factor.
Yeah.
So, and we'll kind of figure that one out.
The CG guys were doing fluid dynamic simulations of lava very early on, and that inspired us to keep going even further with potential scenarios for the fight.
This is a 134th scale environment of Mustafar, and we're getting ready to run our lava test. Everything is looking really good.
The largest model physically on episode 3 is definitely Mustafar. The size is somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 feet deep and 30 feet wide, with a 30-foot lava flow somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 feet wide. As the sequence evolves and we end up going further and further down the river towards the waterfall, those are all different miniatures that we use to accomplish that sort of pathway.
Do you want to be made out of chocolate or something?
Yeah.
We also referred to real footage of lava and began to replicate the look of real crust.
This waterfall is flowing incredibly well.
The lava is made up of a number of different products. One of them is this product called Methasil, and it's dyed orange. So when it flows, it looks like lava. When you see them fighting, doing their thing, underneath it all there's a physical model and lava and everything. But on top of that, you have all this other stuff that just adds a kind of scale to it. We shot in multiple passes so that when they composite it, they can use different elements, and so they could enhance the light or they could make the lava brighter and all these different things, so it gives you a bit more control. We've got elements of lava flying up in the air, smoke pouring through, there's ash blowing around, there's cameras shaking, so when you watch the movie you've got some kind of visceral reaction to it. God, that looks hot.
What I'm most proud of is it reads immediately as Star Wars, and it held up to that expectation I had for 20 years or so.